tweeted out the following. Strategic genius at work. POTUS is counting on 4 things. 1, Bernie being the Dem leader going to the convention. 2, Dems stealing the nomination from him. 3, Bernie supporters revolting against the Tea Party and not voting in November. 4, Republicans retaking the House. And if you really look at this, this is an incredible strategy. And when you look and you go back in time and you look at Trump's tweets and what he's been doing, you can see that, yes, this is all coming together. Now, we know that Judge Amy Berman Jackson, she sentenced Roger Stone for more months in jail than Andrew Weiner, who's a registered sex offender. And Roger Stone decided to file a motion asking Judge Amy Berman Jackson to recuse herself from this case. Now, Stone's motion for a new trial was filed under seal. However, the recusal motion indicates it's about juror bias and likely referencing the reports about jury forewoman Tamika Hart. And we know that's what that's all about. Now, we know on Friday there was a story about Russia interfering with the Trump campaign.
Let's move on.
To help POTUS 2020. And she points to NSA Robert O'Brien tells Marge Brennan that there's no intelligence behind claims of Russian effort to re-elect President Trump. I haven't seen any intelligence to support the reports that were leaked out. Trump responded to Catherine Herridge and said the following, just another shifty shift leak. Isn't there a law about this stuff? And yes, there is. And Dirty Truth tweeted out the following. At Real Donald Trump says he hasn't been briefed about the Russian trying to help Bernie Sanders. It's a leak from Representative Adam Schiff, and he needs to be investigated. Take a listen to what Trump said.
Have you been briefed that Russia is trying to help Bernie Sanders? And if so, what's your message to Putin? Are you comfortable?
Nobody said it. I read where Russia's helping Bernie Sanders. Nobody said it to me at all. Nobody briefed me about that at all. What they try and do is certain people like certain people to have information. No different.
Let's move on.
The committee who has seen this classified information should be talking about it. Now, it gets worse, he said. When you have the Washington Post claim that I went to the White House, remember the story, didn't we hear 3 years ago that I was sneaking into the White House? I went to the White House to tell the president really bad things and that he should fire McGuire. I don't know what planet the Washington Post is on, but they'll have an opportunity in federal court in the next couple of weeks to explain who their sources are, because I'm going to have to take them to court because I didn't go to the White House. This is the...
Okay, moving on. A lot of legal battles going on.
118, this is February 2018, and down below it says libel laws, end of mainstream media. They're building the narrative.
Wow.
They're going to show that these individuals...
I would love to see the end of mainstream media and their libel laws. Put them where they belong, in bankruptcy.
Individuals are leaking information to the press, and the press is going along with it. They're all working together. This is not just about corruption in government. This is corruption of the mainstream media. Now, Representative Lee Zeldin, he is now pushing for the expungement of Trump's sham impeachment by Democrats. And I do believe that he is going to get this done, because once all the declassification, everything else comes out, everything, all these investigations, everything that we've been seeing, they're all based on thin air, absolutely nothing. They should.
Okay, I hope he gets it too. Let's go on. There's something worthwhile here.
Sean Hannity, that he was ordered during the Obama administration to scrub the records of Muslims in the U.S. with terrorist ties. And he was missing since Wednesday, and all of a sudden they found his body and he was shot to death. Now, the official story says that the death appears to be by self-inflicted gunshot. Why in the world would he commit suicide? Why would he shoot himself? It makes no sense. I do believe that the deep state players, they have activated wet work protocols to remove individuals and remove as many as possible because they know what's coming. They don't want people testifying. They don't want people sitting there and telling their side of the story. So they have to remove as many people as possible. Actually, Representative Steve King issued a statement about his death, and he said the following: Phil Haney was a friend and a patriot. He was a target because of all he knew of Islamic terrorist cover-ups. He ensured his life by archiving data that incriminated the highest levels of the Obama administration. Phil Haney didn't kill himself. Rest in peace, Phil.
Wow, what a statement. So he was smart enough to archive this stuff. It's going to come out there. Just a matter of time. Wowzer. Let's move on.
What they said they would. He added, it's Google's playbook. Stall, stonewall, deflect, deny, because they are afraid the public will finally get the truth. And remember, in 2019, Hawley proposed a bill amending Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, a law passed back in 96 by Bill Clinton that protects Google, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook from being sued for the content users post on their platform. And he said tech companies enjoy a sweetheart deal that no other industry enjoys: complete exemption from traditional publisher liability.
Wow, so true. Let's move on here. Reported being a great friend in India. Working with China and now India.
Video that was altered compared to certain individuals here in the U.S. And it says a juxtaposition of how the left perceived Trump's retweet of Soul Memes 1 versus how India perceived it.
Okay, let's move on.
GA 2.21 is The Great Awakening, February 21st. POTUS retweeted Praying Medic's tweet. Then we had Lara Trump retweet Joe M's video, The Best Is Yet to Come. Q signed shirt allowed at Vegas rally, including in VIP stands. Kaylee M interviewed Jason, who carried the World War II vet.
Wow, Q signed shirts allowed at Vegas rally. I repeat, Q signs shirts allowed at Vegas rally. Wow.
Down to the front row. Ivanka lunch pic with ship in the background in stormy sea painting. And when you start to put all this together, the date was February 21st. All of this happened on the same exact day, which means the storm is confirmed. And then add on top of that, Eric Trump. He posted the Treasury Department insignia on his Instagram account. Now it says Department of the Treasury, and down below it says 1789, which means let's look at post 1789. And this is the Q movement is now mainstream. In this post, Q is referring to post 60. This is all the way back November 2017. And it says, one of those, less than 10 people, only 3 are non-military. Game theory. Outside of a potential operator who has been dialed in with orders specific to his mission, nobody else has this information. Operators never divulge. Below this, it says mainstream equals when you are now the news. Mainstream equals when a White House pool reporter asks about you. Mainstream equals when coordinated attacks, waves against you continue to occur. Game theory. Q. So the question is the question going to be asked? Is this question going to be asked by a White House pool reporter? Who is Q? which will set everything in motion, which will set the storm in motion. And once this...
White House reporter, which is Q. Wow.